Welcome back to another edition of the Gadget Lab. I'm Michael Calori.
And I am Roberto Baldwin.
And you've got, bam, new Kindle.
Kindle Fire HD.
Roberto was down in Los Angeles last week at the launch event. He saw Mr. Jeff Bezos in person.
I did.
And he showed off that new device.
He did show off the new device. And if you are the owner or if you've ever used an old Kindle, this is hardware-wise just brand new, really. Here's the old, heavy, clunky brick Kindle. You can see this is a thinner. It's a little bit. It's larger than the old Kindle, but it is. Other than that, it is a. I'm saying it's just a better device all around. You know, one of the problems I had with this Kindle was the buttons on the bottom, just like a regular Kindle. But when I would do this, I would hit the button, or I put it in my pocket. This has a recessed buttons up here on the top, so the home button is recessed, so you don't actually tap it unless you find it. And finally, physical volume.
Physical volume buttons.
Physical volume.
That's good.
So you're listening to Gangnam Style, and someone comes in the room and you're a little bit embarrassed. Oh, let me turn that down real quick.
I don't know why anyone would be embarrassed about watching that video.
Gangnam Style.
So we should also talk about like what it's got on the inside. It has a new processor.
Has a new Texas Instruments dual-core 1.5 gigahertz processor.
Noticeably faster.
Noticeably.
Just like when you're flipping through the home screen, you're flipping through books, you're doing searches, you're scrolling web pages, everything is improved. The browser, I think, is better.
Smooth like
it has a fully skinned UI that's built on top of Google Android. So
it's ICS. Android 4.0 is the it was 2.3 on the old Kindle Fire, the new Kindle Fire HD, and the other Kindle Fire that is available. ICS.
So this is the same price as the old one? The old one used to be, it's $200 for this one?
It's $200 for the 7-inch Kindle Fire HD, the Kindle Fire that the regular Kindle Fire that they've updated, it is $160.
Okay, so if you're looking to get in on the cheap, you can get that one, but we would probably not recommend you do that because this is a much better device. It has a better screen, it has better processor, it's high def, it's got a much better operating system on it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people kind of ding the first Kindle for its kind of sluggishness, and they had some updates that came out that kind of fixed that. But this, just right off the bat, I mean, you're just like, woo.
He makes these noises whenever he fiddles with any device, really.
I do. I make the noises regardless.
Woo!
Yeah. In the car by myself driving.
There's also some really interesting technology going on the inside for doing things like improving bandwidth. It has two Wi-Fi antennas.
Two Wi-Fi antennas. It's using this thing called MIMO, this technology, and it uses both antennas to optimize your Wi-Fi experience.
Yeah.
Amazon was really big, like, oh, this is better than everyone else's Wi-Fi. So haven't had long enough to test that out yet. But everything loads faster.
Yeah, everything loads faster. The little bar doesn't stay on the screen as long. So it also has Bluetooth connectivity, it has an HD camera in the front, it has an HDMI port out so you can throw the image to a big screen TV, things like that. One cool feature that I like, X-ray for movies. So if you're watching a movie, you can just like pause it and you can go into, it pops up basically data that it's pulling from IMDb and it shows you who's in the movie. You know, you can read the trivia behind the movie. So basically, if you're familiar with X-ray for books, which gives you sort of like an index view of all the characters and author bios and things like that, this does the same thing for videos. But what I use for that is this, which is the other $200 tablet, which is the Nexus 7, which we've had since June. So I think a lot of people are trying to decide between buying one of these or buying one of those. We should mention that, you know, a lot of what you can do on the Kindle Fire you can do on this, but there are very Amazon-specific features that you don't get on any other tablets. Things like X-ray and things like the two antennas. You know,
those fancy Dolby speakers in the back.
Right. It has
this
stereo
little stripe. I like this stripe, by the way.
Stereo speakers tuned by Dolby. This kind of strikes me as a little bit of marketing BS because we were just listening to the sound coming out of it. It doesn't sound any better to my ears, any better or any worse than like pretty much every other tablet and phone that's out there.
We'll have to listen to it together.
Yeah. I mean, you put headphones into it if you really want to listen to sound, or you just have the tinny sound sitting around, or you hook it up to your Jambox or whatever. And this is Bluetooth, so you can do that
Bluetooth, so you can put it to your Jambox or external keyboard. You can hook it up to a keyboard and actually type away. So if you're that type of tablet user who uses it as an actual writing device.
Yeah. So it's those. I think it's those few things that have made it into a full-featured tablet. There's still the question of how well you're going to be able to run apps on this. Like if you want to go to Amazon's App Store and buy something and install it, is it going to run the same? That's something that we're currently testing. And you can read Robbie's full review of the Kindle Fire HD on Wire.com right now. Hey, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Gadget Lab.
Bye.